Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. After compiling my latest meta decks report and seeing that there was some life on the lower rungs of the meta decks, I wanted to see if there's a little bit more innovation going on overall on the ladder. So I spent quite some time scouring through all the data that I could find on HSReplay, trying to find new decks. Decks that have become more popular recently, or decks that have been invented recently and would actually be somewhat playable on the ladder. And in this video I'm going to take a look at the top 6 decks that I found. And coming in at number 6, well, actually this is not really a deck that you want to play if you want to climb. Sadly, I just want to include this because it's Control Warlock and I enjoy playing Control Warlock a lot. This is FunkiMonki's deck, I believe. At least FunkiMonki had been playing a lot with this deck. It's a curse control warlock, so you have all those curses. You have some ways to multiply the curses because you have Photographer Fizzle in the deck, you have Lady Darkvein in the deck, then you have Darkened Rat here, a little bit of lifesteal and more game ending power in the deck, as well as Symphony of Sins. And Symphony of Sins is going to be buffed this week, so maybe this deck can get a little better. Sadly, right now the deck's win rate is 42%, which is, I admit, that is on the low side. But, I mean, it's a Control Warlock deck, so if you have been looking for a Control Warlock deck to play, might as well give this one a try. And at number 5 we have Arcane Hunter. I have really not seen much talk about Arcane Hunter, which is kind of sad because Arcane Hunter was just buffed in the previous patch. Haldron Brightwing now gives all arcane spells in your hand and deck spell damage +1, so the hand portion was added to the card. But still, I mean, Arcane Hunter, it's sort of like a Phase Hunter style. You still have the Wild Seed package, then you have some spells, damage spells, some ways to swing the game around with the Eversong portal, some direct damage to face even, if you get some arcane buffs going. Overall, the deck is a little bit disappointing, I suppose. We're talking 47% win rate or thereabout, so yeah, you can play this if you really want to play with Arcane Hunter, but you cannot expect to climb. With the 4 best decks in this video, there is some chance of climbing as well. This one is Thor's. It's Enrage Riff Warrior. So you're running the Riff package, you're in an Enrage Warrior, a little bit of a different take on the archetype. Thor wrote a Reddit post about this deck where he said that it's a little bit different because you're doing a lot of hand buffing, you're not being so aggressive on the board at the start, but then you go for some swings, especially with Bridge Riff. You have multiple ways to activate Toribel Array in this deck, and one important point about School Teachers Snuggling will cast a Riff and it can activate the Finale, but it doesn't replace your last played Riff, so you can get multiple Bridge Riffs off so that you can really go for some tempo swings. Thor had played this all the way to number 9 Legend, when it has been used more widely. Now then, well, it's 49% win rate deck. 49 is not bad, it's almost viable. But it has some bad matchups like Unholy Death Knight, Undead Priest, super bad matchups. Also in the Reddit thread people are commenting, hey, I'm running into so many Unholy Death Knights and Undead Priests, what am I supposed to do? Well, the real answer is you're just supposed to die, I guess, because those matchups are incredibly bad. But that said, there are some buffs coming for this deck, because Chorus Riff is going to be buffed on Thursday. It already got some buffs earlier, because Toribel Array can now be resurrected an unlimited number of times, and there were a couple of Riff buffs in the last patch, so also some buffed cards just bubbling under. Still not quite good enough, but we'll see how it goes after the next patch. And then the third best of these new decks is something that also has appeared on my YouTube comments saying that, hey, Druids are not doing Tony Druid stuff anymore. They're using Timber Tambourine and then they're using Drum Circle. And yeah, Drum Druid, as it's called, there are quite some stats already available on HSReplay about this archetype. It's fairly new, but people have started to catch up on this. And it's probably just not worth it because this is worse than Tony Druid. At 49.5%, it's really getting close. It's really getting close to 50%, but it's not quite there still. Anyway, a bit of a different take on Druid if you want to play Druid. And also if you're worried about the upcoming Anub'aran nerf, which might even render Tony Druid unplayable depending on what sort of nerf it is, then hey, here's a potential new Druid deck that's winning almost half of its games. And then the final two decks in this video are decks that I already showcased in my top meta decks video, because they are actually able to climb the ladder. Coming in with around 52% win rate, we have Control Priest. Yes, Control Priest is back with everything associated with the archetype. It can discover some stuff and steal some stuff, and then it has some stuff. And then there's an ETC in the deck, an ETC has Steamcleaner, Rivendare and Theotar in it for some even more additional win conditions. Yeah, it does Control Priest things. If you're a Control Priest enjoyer, enjoy. You just have a viable deck in the meta, at least until the balance patch. And finally, the best new deck that has appeared in the game, or at least popularized in the game over the past week, is FunkiMonki. It's FunkiMonki with a twist. Sure, it has those skeletons, it has the Nightcloud Sanctum, it has the Deathbone, it has the Code Case, it has the Kel'Thuzad, so you have this skeleton thing going for you. But in addition to skeletons, you're also going to discover and generate some spells. And then you're discovering and generating some more spells, and then you're going to play Grand Magister Romat, and you're going to recast those spells. So you have like two types of win conditions. You have the skeleton win condition, and then you have the random stuff win condition. And combining those two, you should have quite a few answers against many types of opponents. So this one, at around 53% win rate, is the best of the very new decks in the meta. Obviously, patch is coming relatively soon on Thursday, but if you still want to play before the patch, then why not give something new a try? Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.